"What kind of business does the young lord have to do with me?" asked Iuria the saint. Rain answered that Miss Elf shouldn't be this tense while talking business. Iuria asked the young lord to stop talking nonsense, because this is a human city, so there are no elves. Rain assured her that he has no hostility towards them, so there is no reason to be this defensive. The saintess asked what business does he have with them, and the protagonist simply answered, "Food supplies." That prompted Iuria to bluntly say that this is beyond his ability. He asked why she considers it to be this way, and she answered that the food supply in Ashling is controlled by the 4 major noble families. These families have been controlling the food supply in the city for the last 100 years. At the banquet held a couple of days, the protagonist has intimidated a couple of people, but those were only small fry. Rain asked her if she knows Ashling City that well. Iuria answered that she lived here for 120 years, so she knows it very well. If at the banquet, Rain wouldn't have made a move against the Elven family, there would have been room for negotiation, but now it's too late. Due to war and natural disasters, food was already scarce this year. If grain prices would have stayed stable, her people could have barely survived the winter, but now that might not be possible anymore. The protagonist promised that in 2 weeks, the price of food will become lower than it was before the price hike. Sometime later, at the Klein residence, Augustus Klein declared that thanks to the support from the mayor of Ashling City, the 4 great families made an absolute fortune. Another man thanked Augustus for bringing them into this deal. The other men also thanked the head of the Klein family for his willingness to share his profits with them. Lord Augustus then proposed a toast to celebrate the occasion. "To our business to keep thriving more and more," said Augustus Klein. The butler interrupted their celebration, and announced that young Master Rain invited all 4 of them at a banquet. One of the other lords was surprised to hear that the young lord invited them at a banquet. He was wondering if he is planning to take them out like he did with the Eldrin family. He then asked Lord Augustus what to do, because he only wants to make money, and not to die. The bald lord answered that they have nothing to worry, as the mayor assured them that raising grain prices is entirely legal, so as long as they don't provoke him, nothing will happen. Also, if the 4 of them stick together, there is nothing he can do. The price of grain is set by the merchants, and even the emperor cannot interfere, so Rain cannot do anything. The other lords praised Lord Augustus for his amazing plan, as this will bring them an enormous amount of money. The head of the Klein family continued saying that today they are selling grain at 2 gold per sack, and if the young lord pushes them to lower the prices, then they will drop them with 5 copper coins per sack to appease him. But if any of them dares to back out, he will personally take care of them. They all declared that they will work with him till the end. Augustus said that all should change into something appropriate and head to young Master Rain's banquet. One of the lords was confused about what he meant with appropriate clothes. At Rain's residence, at night, Leah was talking with the protagonist, when an attendant announced Lord Augustus, as well as the other lords have arrived. Rain told him to invite them in and announced the kitchen to start serving the food. The 4 lords walked in, and humbly announced their presence. Rain noticed their ploy to try acting poor, and asked why they look so disheveled when they are the nobles in charge of the grain supply. Augustus answered they heard about Rain's dam project and contributed, while the other lord added that they donated large sums of money to the project, and also sold grain to the townsfolk at the lowest possible price. Hearing this, Leah was thinking that these men are crooks trying to deceive her master. Rain said that he is happy to hear that he received such great support from them, and thanked them for their great assistance, but he invited them here to discuss some business related to grain, which prompted Augustus to say that he understands that the young lord is tight on funds, but 2 coins per sack of grain is already a loss for them. Lower than this would be too much. The protagonist, seeing that they misunderstood, said that he wants them to raise the price to 4 gold coins per sack of grain. The nobles were surprised to hear that. Rain continued saying that he will take a 30% commission, and asked them if it's a good deal. Lord Augustus said that he is old and cannot hear well, so he asked if he heard right, for gold coins a sack. The protagonist asked him to not forget about his 30% commission. The head of the Klein family was thinking that he misjudged the young lord, because he seems to be very cunning. With him on their side, their road to riches became much smoother. If he knew that Rain was this reasonable, he would have visited much earlier. But without official documents, they cannot raise the price. He then thanked the protagonists for understanding them, the lowly servants, and asked when would he make an announcement about the price hike. Rain answered that the document was already written, and after they finish their meal, he will post it. But if anybody dares to disobey him, they should consider the Elven family as a good example of what will happen to them. The nobles assured their lord that they won't waste his kindness. At another time, at the residence of the Klein family, one of the nobles asked if they should inform the mayor of this move, as it is unusual to raise prices. Augustus screamed that he is a fool. The more people about this deal, the less money they will make. The grain price situation will be known only by the four of them. This is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and if they won't take full advantage of it, they will be fools. The other noble said that this is the first time that he encountered such a great opportunity, so he is a little bit uneasy. But from now on, he swore to follow Lord Augustus through every storm fate throws at them. They all decided to stand together and take full advantage of the grain situation. Lord Augustus told everyone to gather as much grain before the price hike announcement is made, so they can fully dominate the market and make a fortune. At the residence of young Master Rain, after the announcement was made, Iuria visited in order to ask why is he colluding with those crooked merchants. Because he betrayed her, she will show him that elves are not to be messed with. Lillian tried to calm down the saintess, but she was too annoyed because the price went up. Lillian said that they should trust Rain because he probably has a plan. Iuria asked him if he is serious about raising the grain price. Rain answered that there is no reason to worry because in about 2 weeks, the grain market will completely collapse. The saintess called him naive because that's not how the world works. Prices don't drop that fast after a hike that big. That made Rain ask her, how much would the merchants have lowered the prices if he would have held a knife at their throats? Iuria answered that indeed they wouldn't have lowered the price by much, but now, at double the price, most people will end up starving. If the price would have stayed at 2 gold coins per bag, some families would have been able to scrape together enough money to survive. The protagonist said that the people will starve if the price is 4 gold coins, and they will also starve if the price is 2 gold coins. There is no difference between 2 gold coins and 4 gold coins for the common person from Ashling City. They will starve either way. Those comments really annoyed Iuria. Rain continued saying that he doesn't want to make the price drop by only a few copper coins. What he intends to do is to make those crooked merchants lose everything, from their homes to their families and livelihoods. A week later, the protagonist was saying that during charging, some lithium ions detach from the lithium iron phosphate and travel through the electrolyte to the negative electrode and embed themselves in the carbon material. At the same time, electrons are released from the positive electrode and travel through an external circuit to the negative electrode, maintaining the chemical reaction balance. During discharge, the lithium ions go from the negative electrode to the positive one, and the electrons go from the negative electrode to the positive one, providing energy. Lady Selena was impressed by the explanation. Rain said that this is all for today's lesson, and Leah informed that Iuria came again. The protagonist asked if she has nothing better to do, and Selena said that it's because he raised the price of grain, which reached almost 7 gold coins per bag. Iuria came in and asked why isn't the price of grain lower as he promised. Even the nobles are struggling to purchase grain at the current price. Does he even know how much a bag costs? Rain asked Leah how many days passed since he raised the price, and she answered that it's been 7 days. He then said that it's time to take care of those crooked merchants. She asked him to stop talking in code and explain everything or her, and the Elven clan will sever all ties with him. He answered that she was kept in the dark in order for her performance to be genuine and not arouse suspicion from the nobles, but now, he can reveal the truth to her. He continued saying that once the grain price increased without being limited, what is the thing that is missing from Ashling City? She answered that there is nothing missing, they have everything. Rain said wrong, they are missing merchants that sell grain. Everything started to slowly make sense for the saintess. Rain asked if she gets it, and said that food and the merchants to sell it are missing. Humans are very weak to greed, they cannot control themselves when it comes to it. After the price of 1 grain bag increased to 4 gold coins, the merchants from the surrounding towns rushed to Ashling City to sell their supplies at a higher price. The 4 nobles that control the food in Ashling will definitely buy those supplies at a higher price in order to keep their control, which will further inflate the prices. Ashling City is the most starved for food place in the entire empire, and the merchants will lose all rationality when they will see such high profits, thinking only about getting rich fast. But after today, the 4 noble houses of Ashling City will cease to exist, said the protagonist. He then told Leah to post a document on the streets of the city, and announced that Saint Iuria decided to sell the grain reserves of the church because she couldn't tolerate Master Rain's behavior. Everyone should also be informed that the price is 1 gold coin per bag. Iuria asked him why is he trying to make her so famous. Rain answered that he has no grain to sell, while she does. The saintess said that she doesn't have that much either, and she won't sell the grain she has to send to the elves for winter. She insisted that she won't do it, that grain is necessary for the survival of the elven people. Lady Selena called her naive, because if she doesn't sell fast all her grain, she will end up losing a lot of money. Iuria said that her and the elves are not interested in money, they only need the food. Rain told her to do as he says and she will get even more food. He then turned towards Selena and told her that he trusts her and the Wizards Guild to seal the city. She answered that he has nothing to worry, because they won't even allow mice to leave the city. The protagonist then announced that it's time to make those crooks pay the price. Sometime later, Leah looked worried and Rain asked her if she has anything to say. She answered that she's worried that things won't go according to plan. What if the merchants hold on for a few days and Iuria sells out all her grain? The protagonist said that there are 2 kinds of schemes, conspiracy and open conspiracy. While you can hide from conspiracy, you can't hide from open conspiracy. The foreign merchants staked their lives on this opportunity. They want to get rich overnight, and if they knew that the food prices are falling, they will rush to cash out. Because if you are slow and miss your chance, your life will be ruined. At the Klein residence, an attendant announced that there are bad news. The church made an announcement that in order to help the people they will sell the grain reserves at 1 gold coin per bag. One of the other nobles asked Lord Augustus what should they do. The other nobles got worried because they forgot about the church's grain reserve, and they bought grain at 2 gold coins per bag. Augustus said that there is nothing to worry because the church cannot have that much grain, probably for only a few days. He then ordered his attendant to find some people to buy grain from the church. The people were crowding to buy as much as they could from the church. Iuria told everyone that there is no reason to rush, because the Pope heard about their issues and she sent 100,000 bags worth of food in order to help. People didn't believe her, and wanted to buy as much as possible before the grain was gone. She was trying to keep the people orderly but they were desperate to buy grain. A group of soldiers showed up and their commander screamed for the people to behave themselves. The commander then informed the saintess that the first batch of food sent by the Pope has arrived and more will arrive gradually in the following days. Iuria thanked the soldier, while thinking that Rain is adding too much to the story and was also worried that the Pope might actually find out. Seeing this, the people were happy to see that food is arriving into the city. The foreign merchants were thinking that their chance of getting rich was ruined by the church. After calculating his costs, one of the merchants decided that if he sells the grain with 95 silver coins, he can still make a profit of 10 silver coins. He then started screaming that he has grain for sale at only 95 silver coins, new grain from this year's harvest at only 95 silver coins. The people started to rush to buy grain from him. Another foreign merchant was thinking that he cannot wait and lose money. So he announced that the grain is only 90 silver coins, and then another merchant announced grain for 88 silver coins, and then another 85 silver coins per bag. Leah said that this is amazing. It's just like her master predicted. He said that this is human nature, they are all afraid to lose money, so they are desperate to sell their grain fast. Leah said that now the price of a bag of grain will return to 50 silver coins, and they will be able to finish the dam project on time. Hearing that she said 50 silver coins per bag, he called her naive, because she is underestimating the merchants. When Augustus and the rest of the merchants start selling, food will become the least valuable product in Ashling City. Leah asked if Augustus and his noble gang will actually sell at a loss, because he paid more than 2 gold coins per bag. Plus, the 4 of them seemed really close, so the chances that they will betray each other and sell behind their back is small. Rain answered that she is taking them too serious. When it comes to money, everyone is more concerned for their own profit. He then added that the price seemed to have stabilized, so it's time to discuss with the Saintess about the second part of the deal. The attendant announced Augustus that the foreign merchants are lowering the price of grain. The price of a single grain bag reached 75 silver coins. One of the nobles said that it's impossible because they should own all the grain in the city. The attendant swore that he is not lying, it's all true. Lord Augustus was thinking about everything that happened in the last few days around the grain situation. And then everything started to make sense, they were manipulated. He started screaming that this is what young Lord Rain schemed, he wants their families to be destroyed. The other nobles asked what is going on, his comments confused them. Rain helped the price of food to skyrocket in Ashling City, which made it very attractive for the merchants from other towns to come and sell their food here. When all the merchants arrived in Ashling, he used the church to lower the price of grain, which made the merchants panic sell all their supplies. One of the lords couldn't believe that Rain used such a despicable method. Augustus said that he has a plan that might turn the tables. The other nobles wanted to know how they can recover from this. Augustus continued saying that the amount of food is still limited, so if they wait for a couple of months for prices to go back up, they will recover their money. But they all have to agree on not selling, because if any of them betrays, they are all ruined. One of the nobles said that Augustus is right, so he will go home and order for all the food to be sealed. He was thinking that he has to sell now, or he will end up losing way too much money. The other 2 nobles knew that he is going to betray them, so they also excused themselves in order to go home and make arrangements. A couple of moments later, the attendant told Augustus that he will talk with their people to not sell. Augustus said if they don't sell, and the other 3 will sell, they will be ruined. So, he has to sell everything right now. In another place, Rain asked the Saintess if this is enough food for her people to survive the winter. She asked why is there more food coming in. And the protagonist answered that you sell high and buy low, and this way you can also make a lot of money. Lillian came in and announced that the price dropped again, and now you can buy 3 bags of grain with only 1 gold coin. Rain said that he already told Iuria this, but she didn't believe it. Then asked if they can talk now about the deal they made. She asked what type of deal does he want to do with the elves. He answered that everything, which made her ask what does he mean with that. The protagonist answered that they can handle the Elven community's clothing, food, housing, and even transportation. If the elves need something, they can negotiate a price. The Saintess said that she cannot make a decision on such an important matter, he will have to talk with the Queen. Rain asked for a meeting with the Queen. While leaving, Iuria asked the other elf to send a letter to the Queen. The protagonist was thinking that after this, the nobles of Ashling City won't pull any major schemes for a while. The Wizards Guild is under his control and the church will also be in a matter of days. But City Lord Elderic still has 2 trump cards, the army and the taxes. Rain was thinking that he needs to take control over the army in order to completely take over the city. Leah showed up and asked if he is alright. She then said that he needs to relax, and she will help him do that. He said that he is not that tired, just that these last few days seemed longer than usual. Someone started screaming that the soldiers are bastards and God should strike them with lightning. He did a lot of business in Ashling City, but the soldiers robbed him on his way home. This way there is no point in doing business anymore. He then wanted to say something about the Grand Duke, but Rain asked what is going on. The recalcitrated man asked who is the one that interrupted him. Rain answered that he is someone that wants to do business. Lillian was on the way to leave Ashling City. The soldier stopped her and asked where is she coming from and what is she transporting. She answered that she is a citizen of Ashling City, and she is transporting goods to trade with the elves. He asked if she is a merchant, and asked his colleagues to search the contents of the carriage. They checked under the covers and destroyed her wares to see what is inside. She asked them to stop destroying the jars because she cannot sell them if they are in pieces. One of the soldiers said that there is nothing wrong with the wares and asked the boss what should they do, who answered to just call it the toll according to the rules. The soldier told Lillian to pay the customs duties and then she can go. She protested because they destroyed all her wares and now are even asking for money. The man told her to pay or just go back from where she came from. Lillian was so pissed that she didn't even know what to say. From the back, someone told her to just pay, so they can go on their way. She then offered a silver coin to the soldier, who said that Master Rain raised the taxes, and now, the toll is 5 silver coins. That pissed of the girl, who said that all her wares cost 3 silver coins. How can she pay 5 silver coins? But the soldier kept saying that she can go back if she doesn't pay. She was thinking that these crooks are scamming people in the name of young Lord Rain, but he will deal with them soon enough. After paying 5 silver coins, the soldiers allowed them to continue their travel. In the carriage, Rain, who didn't reveal his name of status, said that this Master Rain guy must be a piece of shit because he raised the taxes too much. The merchant said that the man shouldn't talk like that about the savior or Ashling City. The protagonist called the merchant weird because he doesn't hate Master Rain for raising the taxes, but the soldiers. The merchant said that the man must be new in the city because Master Rain used an ingenious plan to lower the prices for food. He also lost money because of this. But a lord who cares about his subjects is rare and should be praised. If he met Master Rain, he would want to prove his loyalty to him. The protagonist said that he heard about the youngest son of the Duke killing people at a banquet and using citizens to dig for some kind of project. The merchant said that he must be talking about the Elven family, who deserved it. Rain asked him if he knew them, and he answered that everyone in the city knew them. Ordinary citizens think that the Eldrins made their fortune from casinos, but in reality is different. Rain asked him to continue, and he checked if he can talk about this sensitive subject. Then said that the real business of the Eldrin family is human trafficking. The protagonist was shocked to hear what the merchant said. He was thinking that there weren't that many people in the city in the first place. How dare they touch his labor force? He was also thinking that he needs to get the border guards under control before a civil war starts, as other states might interfere to take advantage of the situation. Then, they hear Lillian asking why are they collecting tax again. She told the soldiers that they paid the toll when they left the city. The soldier answered that the taxes paid in Ashling belonged to the city, and the taxes collected at the border belonged to the border fortress. Lillian called bullshit on what he said, because in the past you had to pay only once. He threatened her to pay the tax or go back where she came from. She then asked how much is the tax, and he answered that it's 1 gold coin. She screamed, how can it be 1 gold coin, this is just robbery. From the carriage, she was told to just pay the tax. The soldier screamed that if there is someone in the carriage, they need to get out. This is the border fortress and all travelers must be checked. While getting out, Rain said that since they want to check, then they can go ahead and check. The soldier asked who is he. Thank you for watching the 3rd part of the series. Forging an industrial empire in a magical world. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Isn't Chibi Leah the cutest? Let me know in the comments who is your favorite character. Bye bye.